Right, another ride and talk, you love it. Press the like. Yeah, I just wanted to make another organic portal video because at the moment, right, I'm doing surf coaching again. Just because it's one thing I started it in 2010 when I did my sports management diploma down at Gold Coast. So I worked with the top 5 surf schools, in the top surf mecca in Australia. These are like Australian champions, and the biggest surf school, Go Ride Wave, all of them. I know all their techniques. I've been surfing since I'm 12 years old myself. Besides, learning all their techniques, and they're Australian champions, like Shane Horan, Munga Barry, stuff like that. Surf Easy at Currumbin Alley, with I think his name was Tim. Anyway, not important. So I'm surf instructing again for some cash, and I'm doing it to these Indians, and this one Indian, I can already fucking tell he's an organic portal, and that's what's making this video, right? Oh, fuck, it's a nice day. And this is, another way, yet again, you can scope things out, scope these people out by how they act, right? Now, he's very egoic. That's what we're getting into. It's called the unqualified ego, the non-porous ego. That's how you know you're dealing with either a hylic or an organic portal. But all of us, higher enlightened souls, we have porous ego and qualified or qualified egos. So, he's loving it. He's getting surf instructing, but it's like people can't fucking listen to me or something. You know what I mean? That people have a real hard time. This has happened on the channel too. That's why there's not enough likes and stuff like that. There's so many of them. They're always surrounding you. It's like we only make friends with fucking OPs. You know what I mean? Because it's a spiritual attraction, but they don't know it because it's subconscious. Right? He wants to, I think, be friends with me because, I'm the typical Aussie surfer. Brown skin, nice and melanated from the sun. I don't know, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm an atypical, stereotypical Aussie, right? And he's an Indian, and they've just moved here. They're working every day like fucking slaves, and he just wants to have a good time. I said, yeah, we'll go surfing. He's like keen, so we started it. I showed him, my flyer. I've produced a flyer now I'm gonna put around the place, just saying, look, I taught with these surf schools, blah blah blah. How much is the cost? So it's cash because I don't want to tell the government, right? You can't be fucking. Otherwise, they take money off you if you earn too much a week. So I just keep everything I can cash, right? And that way you're actually, getting enough money that you're working like a part-time job anyway. Depending on how much you make, it could be even better. But yeah, so far it's only him and his 1 or 2 friends. So everything's fine. Obviously he's coming back, so there's been no problem. I've made no problem. I made a great effort. I said, it's $50 for an hour and a half. But he, I like it. I just yell at people on the beach and show them how to surf because it's too easy for me. I've been doing it since I'm 12. I could teach it blind. You know what I mean? So that's why I charge less than a health consultation. It's not complex for me to do. And so everything's fine. He's loving it. But he's starting, I'm already seeing, this typical OP ego rubbing going on. He has to try and be dominant because where he works at the servo, he's kind of like a boss. It's his brother's business, right? So he's got a big ego. Whoa! The bird's not happy with him. There's so many goannas along here. Hey mate. Hey down. Hey down, mate. Well, he's beautiful looking. I think it's a he. Could be a she, I don't know. He's relaxing in the sun watching me. So anyway, I've got the typical ego rubbing going on. This always happens. I'm the coach, bro. You're gonna have to listen to what I say now. You're not the boss anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so he's having a real problem with that. And so, hold on. Just have to zoom back out. Yeah, so he's having a real issue with that, right? And this is what I always find. It's just always like this. Every single relationship with these fucking OPs, man. Like, they're having a problem with you. You know what I mean? They can't listen to you. It's like, oh wait, I'm the coach here. You're no longer the boss. You got to listen to what I'm saying. Do you want to learn or not? You've come to me to learn, so you have to listen. Right? It's the most basic thing. What are you, fucking retarded? You know what I mean? He's not retarded. So it's ego. You see what I'm saying? It's that I get this just endlessly in my life. And, you know, we could make many other suppositions like, oh, it's like we only attract these fucking people, man. Anyway, I won't go delineate. We'll stay on what I'm saying. So yeah, that's basically the problem. And so today I said, hey, you know, make sure you guys bring the cash. So there's two of them now. The last few lessons it was just him. His mate wants to join in, who also works there. He's also an Indian. And I'm like, yep, more the merrier, more money for me, obviously. I can easily teach them. It's not like a problem. Everything's fine, but it's only that his ego is rubbing, you see. And this is all I ever get, whether they're Indian or it doesn't matter race, nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? It's just like, for some reason, these OP like need to feel superior. That's how you know you're dealing with one. Because I'm not like that. All I'm telling you is what I'm telling you for the case of surfing. I'm not out there going, oh, look at me, look at my muscles. I'm not like, you know, I'm not fucking doing anything stupid. I'm just saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to stand like that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like he can't fucking take the orders. You know what I mean? They've got serious issues. It really is us versus them. And the thing is, we need to just hold our ground now, because it's about to all switch in our favor. Everything. Like the new earth and all that, it is all happening. It's about to all switch in our favor. But they're at the height of their stubbornness. It's like in Australia, they're like, what was I going to say? I was going to say like they're, like, it's just think of it like that. They're at the height of their stubbornness, and then we're going to break through. So that's how I want you to think about it. So these are the hardest times with that. I don't mean physically with the apocalypse. That's going to be, you know, a longer haul. But we're almost at the end of them, let's call it waking up, but accepting the fourth dimensional feeling body. Right? All this stuff with Gaza and so on. The mass death eventually has got to make people feel something. You know, obviously the planet is judging that. Which of my children can even feel fourth dimensionally? The rest are going to be gotten rid of. That's what I'm telling you. Most people are not even going to make this. They're too stubborn. No, Hylics will be. I still think it's the Hylic apocalypse. It looks like it's our apocalypse, like we're all going to die. The nature humans, the self-spirited humans and so on. But it's going to get eaten, and then we win, and it's, you know, the end of the apocalypse is in the return to nature and our ways, right? So now they think I'm crazy for wanting to go into the bush naked, but they'll all be doing it at the end of the apocalypse, right? So anyway, so we got to get through their stubbornness. Anyway, so that's how I know he's an OP as well, right? Because he just can't fucking, you're there to listen. You're no longer the boss. You know what I mean? So he's having a real issue, and so I'm like, yeah, bring your $100, you know, for both of them, 50 each, and, you know, I was going to say the name, but his friend is cool. He doesn't have this same, like, hardcore ego, and if for some reason he needs to tell me what's going on, you know what I mean, and I'm like, just bring the money, you know, you're paying, and then you get the service. He keeps thinking he can pay me the next day. I'm like, I said to him, why do you think you can pay someone for a service the next day? Right? Because he's like got the mistrust, and they always have that on you. That's because you're not a bot. They see that you don't go exactly via programming, so they don't trust you. That's why I have huge issues with this. But it's not my issue, it's their issue. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're going to have to hold very, very steady. It's going to be very painful for us. And they're not even going to be sorry in the end. So why do it? Why do we even bother? Because basically, you know, you get like brownie points with the guy in Matrix. You get given shit anyway by like God or the guy in Matrix, or however you want to think about it, by the higher powers, you know. All right, hold on. Yeah, so I'm like, you know, bring the money. Trying to get him to act normally. Well, that's only normal. You pay someone, then they give you the service. Okay, maybe you can pay at the end of the lesson, but that's usually not how it works. You see what I'm saying? Why would I take it differently? What for? I don't even have my phone out of plane mode, bro. Fuck, it's been intense. The choppers and stuff. I swear there is people at like every fucking neighborhood that like are watching for me for whatever reason. It's so weird. I feel like I'm back in Uruguay, to be honest, and it's fucking Australia. Yeah, we're very strict here. But anyway, the gang stalking seems to be the same. I thought I'd get a relief, but no. So maybe I went a little hard on the Uruguayans because they're no different. See, that's how we know organic portals exist. Independent of culture, creed or race, etc. Right? So anyway, I'm like, yeah, bring the money. He's like, I'll pay you online. I already told him twice. The first and the second lesson I said, nah. That means no in Australian. I said, nah mate, I need the money in cash. And I've told him this, he knows. But he's just playing difficult because he's trying to get the upper hand, the boss hand. That's what I'm saying. When they do that, for illogical reasons, you know it's an organic portal or a Hylic. But I find organic portals are really bad with this, right? Because they're very ego-ridden. It's just crazy, these ego devils, right? I'm not going to go over Binfeld's classification again. It's in so many of my videos. Anyway, so he's just being like that, and then now he's pulled it out of the lesson. I said, because he said, okay, then I'll pay you tomorrow. He doesn't want to bring cash. I'm going to literally meet him at his work where tomorrow morning he would pull out the cash. That's what he does. Pulls out the cash tomorrow morning, gives it to me. So what's the difference if he gives it to me this afternoon? I pick him up. You're not carrying it anywhere, mate. So he's just trying to be stubborn. See what I'm saying? Very obvious. I know what's going on. And so he's like, yeah, I'll pay you in the morning like I used to. And I said, no. You pay for someone, you pay for a service when you get the service. What service do you get where you just pay later? You know what I mean? I'm not fucking Amazon or fucking Disney providing some fucking TV service. This is a physical service based on cash. So you give the cash, you get the service. That's how cash jobs work. You know what I mean? I'm not invoicing you after days of laying your carpet or floor or something. Then okay, yeah, but this is a surf lesson for an hour and a half. Why the fuck would you pay me the next day? There is no reason, trust me, there's no reason. There is no good reason. He just wants to be, it's this one-upmanship of, he has to, it's a feeling for them that they have to feel superior. This is going to be real bad because they're getting robots now with metal stronger than your skin and bones. That's why it is so important to know about organic portals, because they're about to rip your arms off with robots, or probably just shoot you or electrocute you. It won't even be grotesque. They'll just give you electric shock as a warning, a bullet as you didn't listen. So it's going to be very difficult, but we have to stand our ground. It's the only way. Some people, yeah, you're allowed to not be involved. You cannot be involved because this is going to go on for the next 50 years. Remember this apocalypse, so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be my whole life. I'm going to have to deal with this my entire fucking life. I'm already sick of it. Anyway, so yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll pay you the next morning like we used to. I said, no, give the cash. And then he's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to come today. He was going to come until I said he had to pay on the day that he wanted the service. Now he doesn't want to come. All of a sudden, now his friend, who's clearly a follower, a Heilig, is like, oh, I'll call him and see. And I'm like, no, he's not coming. Right? So old mate's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll come next week too. These guys are never going to learn to surf, bro. It's going to be the end of summer. They're going to have surfed once a week. Wasted all their money. Thanks, I'll take it. And bought all the surfboards, the wetsuit, the leg rope, the tail pad, right? Spent thousands of dollars for nothing, and they won't even surf. In the end, I bet I'll buy his board. Or he just sells it, you know what I mean? Also, what he did was I was fixing my second board for the second guy, who the follower one, the Heilig, and I fixed my board up. It's my old board. He can have it because it's a good starting board as well. And so in the meantime, I mean I'm fixing it for weeks. Our conversation was ongoing for like 2 or 3 weeks. The week comes, I said, yeah, I finished it, it's all fixed. Just before the lesson, like just last week, he's like, the OP, he said, oh no, sorry, the Heilig, he said, oh, the OP, because I won't name their names, the Heilig's like, oh, OP got me one of his mates' boards. So we're not really mates, you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's a bit of a message, you know what I mean? And this is how it always happens. It's just a decline because I'm not willing to be a serf or a bitch. That's all they want. They want their own spirited human. We're like their toys and their pets. We're like, you know, that's what... gang stalking is like catch Pokemon. We're the Pokemon. We have all these special powers and shit, right? These Hylics, these OP, they're out there just trying to catch their own enlightened master and then like keep it for themselves. You know what I mean? So they feel better about themselves. That's all it's about. Because they never listen to me. So it ain't about the information. All it is about the ego feeling of control. They just want their own Pokemon. I'm telling you, they just want their own Pokemon enlightened human to be doing something for them. That's all they want. They just want the association. Oh, look, I have a surfer Australian friend, you know what I mean? That's all this level is. It's like pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. It's all ego-based. And I know it is because he won't fucking listen to me on the beach. I say, hey, put your foot like this, do this. It will increase the wellness of your surfing. You know what I mean? Put your foot forward, whatever it is, right? And he has such a fucking hard time listening. It's amazing. It's like, dude, like, why are you paying me? I don't even reckon they're going to pay me much more. I reckon they're going to get frustrated. For no reason. I'm a really good coach. I showed them all 3 stand-up techniques. I mean, I show them everything I fucking know. It's information overload. You know me. You guys know me. I give information overload. See what I'm saying? So it's not my fucking fault or some fault of mine. I'm there genuinely helping him and telling him what to do. I'm not like ordering him like an idiot or anything. You know what I mean? I've got fucking conscious awareness. I can see what I'm doing. You know? But yeah, it's their fault. But it's never their fault. It reminds me of my family too. Right? It's always my fault. And then they'll say, they gaslight you back with that. They're so unconscious, man, and so unaware. It's just amazing these people are these people would not be alive if it wasn't for us. Don't forget that. Organic portals do not create their own society. We create society. Everything comes from thoughts, right? Everything comes from thoughts. Everything is ideas first, right? It came from a single node. Group decisions come later, right? They are group. Organic portals are the group. Their decisions come later. They don't have epiphanies. They don't have spiritual insight. Nothing. They don't even have insight on themselves. This proves it. My example here with this guy having a problem with me teaching him surfing that he's paying for Christ's sake. Get a Christ light body, for Christ's sake. It's like no observation in these people, you know what I mean? And then you know what, he played a song in the car really loudly, "Don't call me a gook," and all this shit, like some rap song from India probably. I didn't call him a gook, I didn't insinuate anything. It's like, I don't know, man, like I can't believe these people, you know what I mean? There's got to be gaslighting even if I'm helping them, you know what I mean? They can't help it. I told you, organic portals are inherently psychopathic. They're inherently psychopathic. You can't wake them up, you can't stop them from being psychopathic. It's their state. All we can do is shout out to them and definitely do not look back at them unless they're going to pay for it. Unless they pay you money to look back at them, you don't even look at them, you don't even talk to them. You don't need to say nothing. You're shouting out to the public at large. If they can hear it, they can hear it. If they can't hear it, they can't hear it. That's all we can do. And then you just keep going, and then you get yourself in your rightful position. See, my channel at the start, I waited for people, right? And you kind of have to on YouTube, you know, you need to wait for views to accrue a bit. But really, I should have taken off, because there's so many videos and points I've missed a few years ago because I thought, oh, they can't handle it. You know what I mean? Oh, look, they've only got 100 views on this video. They can't handle another video. And I'm proving that at the moment, guys. In 2024, I'm doing 10 videos a day and you guys can't keep up. So I know most of you are OPs. I know it very well. Anyway, so just wanted to give an example of, once again, how to spot an organic portal. I might just call it that. How to know an organic portal. So I'm going for a swim, obviously. Out of here.